Hello viewer, if you want to see how strong Goku from DBZ is, here are some of his reasonably estimatable strength feats. Disclaimers first, please support the official material. Stuff I show here is for informative purposes, and spoilers. On with the show. For sources, I'll be going through parts of the Dragonball manga, mostly during the Buu arc. Chapters will be listed. And I'll take some reference from the DBZ anime as well. Starting with this feat, Goku is shown lifting a block of Kachin metal, said to be the hardest metal in the universe. Now, to be clear, there is no linear relationship between a material's hardness and density. Take these two metal alloys for example. Titanium carbide and tungsten carbide both have a Mohs hardness scale of around 9, but their densities are vastly different. Given that titanium and tungsten carbide are the hardest known metals on Earth, at least on the Mohs hardness scale, we can do a rough comparison with the Kachin metal, which was stated as the hardest metal in the universe. And from that, give a rough estimation of how much weight Goku lifted. Looking at this manga panel, the Kachin cube appears to be almost as tall as Goku while he's squatted. It would be fair to estimate the cube as about 1.5 meters all sides. Comparing Kachin to titanium carbide, which has a density of 4.94 grams per cubic centimeter, converted to 4.94 metric tons per cubic meters. Now, given the volume of the cube is around 3.375 meters cubed, and multiplying that by the titanium carbide's density, that would make the Kachin cube approximately 16.67 metric tons. Comparing Kachin to tungsten carbide, its density would be 15.7 grams per cubic centimeter, or 15.7 metric tons per meters cubed. Multiply that by the cube's volume, 3.375 meters cubed, the approximate mass of the Kachin block would be 52.99 metric tons. So, approximating Kachin to the hardest known metals on Earth, at least on the Mohs hardness scale, that would mean Goku was able to lift around 16 to 53 metric tons. But wait, there's more. Relatively recent discoveries at this current time have hypothesized this weird material called nuclear pasta. It's essentially material thought to be in the outer crust of neutron stars, and computer simulations rate it as 10 billion times stronger than steel. This would theoretically be the hardest and strongest known material in the universe. Sources state that the outer crust of neutron stars, where nuclear pasta resides, is composed of metals. And given Kachin is the hardest metal in the DBZ universe, it can sort of be compared to nuclear pasta, which is theorized as the strongest known material in our universe. And this is because there is a general linear relationship between a material's hardness and its strength. So, comparing Kachin to nuclear pasta, which has a density of 10 to the 14 grams per cubic centimeter, or 10 to the 14 metric tons per meters cubed, again, multiplying that by the Kachin's estimated volume of 3.375 meters cubed, this would mean Goku could have possibly lifted 337.5 trillion metric tons. Overall, if comparing Kachin to the hardest known metals on Earth, Goku's strength would range from 16 to 53 metric tons. If comparing Kachin to nuclear pasta, theoretically the strongest and hardest known material in the universe, then Goku could have possibly held around 337.5 trillion metric tons. Next, we have Goku struggling, barely being able to carry 40 tons or 36 metric tons in base form, but easily doing so in Super Saiyan form. So yes, base Goku did struggle against the 40 tons or 36 metric tons while floating in mid-air, and he also implies that carrying 10 tons or 9 metric tons might have been too much for him in base form. But in a Kazenshu forum post by Herms, in the DBZ Super Exciting Guide story volume, Herms translated that in the DBZ universe, training with weights while in mid-air is very effective, as using bukujutsu or flying while carrying weights is harder than carrying weights while on the ground. This appears to be true when previously calculating the possible weight of the Kachin block, Story Feats episode 17, keep watching, where its bare minimum weight was calculated to be around 16 metric tons. And we see Goku in base form on the ground, lifting the block with pretty much minimal effort, in contrast to when he stated that carrying the 9 metric tons or 10 US tons in mid-air was too much for him. And assuming the Kachin block was similar to Tungsten Carbide, that would mean Goku was possibly able to lift 53 metric tons while on the ground, which is more than the 36 metric tons or 40 US tons he was shown struggling to carry when he was in mid-air. So yes, Goku struggled to carry the 40 tons or 36 metric tons while he was in mid-air. But given the previous feat of Goku lifting the Kachin block, which was estimated as being around 16 to 53 metric tons, it makes sense Goku, while on the ground, would have been able to carry the 40 tons or 36 metric tons. And that is again going to the DBZ Super Exciting Guide, where it was translated that carrying weights while in mid-air was harder than doing it on the ground. Next, in the anime-only scene from episode 31 of the original DBZ show, Goku is shown able to lift a pyramid-sized rock using telekinesis. This feat was done just after the end of the Saiyan saga and at the beginning of the Namek saga. Again, it's a filler scene where Goku sneaks out of hospital to do some training. And here's the clip. So yes, he's using telekinesis to lift it and not his actual physical body, but it still only appears to slightly strain him when using telekinesis to lift it. And this feat was done when Goku wasn't 100%, as he so puts it after breaking the rock.
Man, I still haven't recovered enough to even control my own power.
Thanks, Goku. Now, back to this rock. It's similar in shape to a pyramid, and it's also made of stone. So I'll assume he telekinetically lifted the mass of a pyramid. That would mean Goku lifted about 5.2 million metric tons with his telekinesis. Overall, Goku in the original DBZ anime can use telekinesis to lift around 5.2 million metric tons. Final feat in episode 264 of the original DBZ anime, we see Goku in Super Saiyan 2 form splitting open a mountain with his strength when he was fighting Kid Buu. So Goku was kicked into the mountain, he starts pushing it apart, and the whole mountain shatters afterwards. And here's the clip. And yeah, that's pretty much it. Overall, Goku, while in Super Saiyan 2, from the original DBZ anime, managed to split apart a mountain using his strength while completely shattering it in the process. In conclusion, Goku is pretty strong, maybe not strong enough to lift a planet, at least from what we've seen, but still pretty high. So yeah, he has a limit of carrying 36 metric tons in base form while in mid-air, but on the ground we can reasonably estimate Goku lifting about 16 to 53 metric tons in base form. If comparing the Kachin block to nuclear pasta, then Goku's strength while on the ground in base form can be estimated to be 337.5 trillion metric tons. In the anime only, he is strong enough to split a mountain and shatter it while in Super Saiyan 2 form, while his telekinesis was shown able to lift approximately 5.2 million metric tons. Of course, that's all just me. Read the full story and make your own judgments. Okay, that's all for today. Hope you will Goku understand his strength feats in DBZ. Thanks for watching and hope to feat you again.